the way you used to, I require more, better than we ever had before. Gon' be home, so I couldn't blame. Basic bottom troll, what do you want greater? I am no wave, be surfing. I show you how to get this pay, will I be stacking? Been in a whole lot of pain, now we laughing. Me and Bang making plays till we crashing. Yeah. Don't need to be on the scene, we are the scene. Dripping wetter from head to toe, lil' baby me. Yeah, I get what's mine. Let's remind them, be my ride. All gas. No way they gon' never pace us. No way they could ever break us. On next, we ain't gonna slow up now. All gas. Stay down even when we not up. No way they could ever break us up. Oh God, they could only try to keep up. I let it ride when I usually would've rolled out. I know you grateful that I stayed down. We either pass in the past, that's all done now. Glad that we stayed down. We gon' pull up in a whip, start a new trend. Every inch of our skin is the blueprint. Follow the lines. They act like they forget, let's remind them, be my ride. All gas. No way they gon' never pace us. No way they could ever break us. On next, we ain't gonna slow up now. All gas. Stay down even when we not up. No way they could ever break us up. Oh God, they could only try to keep up.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nxumalo. I do hope that you join us. That is, if you enjoy the content that I serve in this channel. In this channel, we do personal financial content, career content, as well as lifestyle content. So if any of those three is something that you are interested in and you enjoy, please make sure that you join us by clicking that red subscribe button on the bottom. And also don't forget to smash that like button because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you to each and everyone that has joined this family, that takes time to engage with my content every time I drop a video. Please do know that that doesn't go unnoticed, and I appreciate each and every one of you. It is because of you that we continue to grow, we continue to reach more people. With that being said, let us get into the content of this video. As you've seen in the beginning of this video, I was actually setting up my bullet journal. It's what I use for my monthly resets, and this is what I'm talking about. Now, this is a bullet journal I got from Takealot. The cover is from another journal which I also got from Takealot. So together they make this unique journal that I have right here. But inside it is a bullet journal. So I just finished setting up my bullet journal for June. However, before we get into the goals for June, as well as the budget for June and the intentions that I have for June, I think it's important that we reflect on May and how it went. May was a big month, so I think it's very important that we just look at it and see how did it went, especially on the financial part, because it was a big month when it comes to my earnings. Now let us get into it. So let us get into financial goals. So as you know, last month I did share that it was my bonus month because it was my birthday month. If you work in the public sector, that is what you receive. According to this, in terms of my financial goals, I wanted to save 9,700 from my salary. Now let us go to my budget and let us look at the changes that are there. So I will say that fairly enough, I did save 9,700. But right now, as I'm talking to you guys, because I haven't invested in these equities, because I'm still waiting for my sister to get paid, and then she gives me my portion of Umholu, that's the money I take to invest in easy equities, by the way. So for people who are new here who may not know, so once she sends me that money, that's when I put it on easy equities. But roughly looking at the savings so far in terms of what I budgeted and the actual, there is no difference, which is good. Oh, there is a big difference. Okay, so I just wanna calculate quickly how much it was that I've saved so far, minusing the 500 that I'm waiting for in terms of Umholu to invest. So let's just do that. Oh, okay. We've saved a lot this month. So on my normal salary, I planned to save 9,710. Ne? And now that I just calculated, because of my YouTube earnings that just came up very high this month, and also because of Frank, the monthly savings challenge that I was part of, I actually invested more than what I normally invest per month. And so when I calculate everything right now, I was able to save 10,800 from my normal salary. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm happy that I was able to save so much. So when we add 500 rands for easy equities, it makes it 11,310. Wow. And then I also wanted to pay for water and electricity rates and levies a month ahead. So what I did was, when I got my bonus, I had the money that I decided to save, and this is just a month ahead when it comes to the money that I feel comfortable having, and that was an amount of 10,000. And then I also had 3,000, which is then now the money that I'm keeping easily accessible for me to pay for the 1 month ahead bills. So I've already paid for my rates and levies because I already got an invoice. So I paid for my rates and levies, water and electricity on the 15th, ne? And then later on in this month, I then got a bill for the previous month, because that's how it goes, yeah, ne? So I got the bill. So I've already paid for my rates and levies. I'm waiting for water and electricity, then I'll pay for that. But the money is there for the water and electricity. So once I get a bill for how much I have to pay for water and electricity, I'm gonna pay that. Now what this means is, going forward, whenever I'm budgeting on my water and electricity rates and levies, it's not that I'm saying this is money that I need in order for me to pay. Now, once I've paid for once I get a bill for water and electricity and I pay now, it means that each and every time I'm budgeting for the 15th, I'm budgeting for the following month, meaning that I'm now a 1 month ahead when it comes to those bills. And then when it comes to my personal goals, let's get into my personal goals. I wanted to book a facial or a massage for my birthday. I didn't do this, guys. If there's just one thing I struggle with, it's just prioritizing such things. I just struggle with those things. They've never been a priority in my life, and they really don't make a difference in terms of how I feel or boost my mood, anything like that. I went for multiple massages before. All I know is that some of the massages, when I come back, my body is bit for days. Like, it's just bit. It's just painful, especially the hot stone one. Anyway, I didn't book that. And not that it was the issue of money. It was just the issue of, it was not a priority, So I didn't do that. And then when it comes to improving moving my body, 6 steps per day in each and every week, 6 steps per day weekdays, from Monday to Friday. I will say majority of the time I was hitting 6,000 steps and even more. I think maybe let's just say that in 5 days, 4 times in 5 days, I was hitting the 6K steps. And then, as well as exercising, there was a time whereby I slacked, but then I went back to it. I always feel like whenever I'm in my lady period, I just cannot exercise as much. But I know that exercising for me makes me feel good mentally and emotionally, and so I try to prioritize it. Even if I do it twice a week, for me the most important thing is just getting those endorphins. So I did move my body. I did also exercise. It's just that it's not in the rate that I would have loved it to. Now let's get into social media goals. When it comes to social media goals, I wanted to hit 12.5K subscribers on YouTube. Now I did explain this. I don't know if I cut it off or I did leave it in the video, but I tried to explain this last month, that when it comes to YouTube, there are months that are like this, and then there are months that are like this. It's just normal. I've learned to understand that not every month is going to be the same. April for me was the biggest month when it comes to YouTube growth. So it has just kind of went down. It's normal. I'm still growing, but it's not like, in a very fast pace, which I'm fine with because we're still growing. So my goal was to hit 12.5 subscribers on YouTube, and we didn't. I will say that right now, as I'm filming this, we are on 11,900 60 subscribers, 11,960 subscribers. So by the time the month ends, in terms of May, I know that we will be on 12,000 subscribers, which is still a good thing, because that will mean that in the month of May, we gained 1,000 subscribers, which is a good, very good name. And it's one step closer to us hitting the goal of 20,000 subscribers by end of the year. And then I also wanted to hit the mark of 4,000K in YouTube earnings in the month of May, and yes, we did it. I was actually shocked when I saw the earnings, because every time whenever I'm looking at my YouTube studios, I just get these, it will go up, it will go down. So it will change from 3.5, 3.6, 3.9, 3.8, and then it will go down. However, because it's an accumulation of the entire month, I did hit earnings of 4,000, in terms of I got paid 4,000 this month, which was amazing, you guys. And as a result, I was able to buy myself a camera. I was able to buy myself a camera. I ordered it online from Cape Town, and it's going to arrive sometime Tuesday or Wednesday. I am looking forward to it. Another goal that I had was to prioritize IG and post there. I didn't. I'm not even going to get into that. And then when it comes to my career, I got career goals as well as side hustle goals. I wanted to secure at least 5 CV editing gigs. And guys, I thought that my goal was 5. 5 is more than enough. And honestly, 5 is more than enough, because this thing takes time. I think I secured over 10, if not 10. I secured so many CV editing gigs. It is insane. It is just insane. So, and I still have I still have 2 that I have to edit this month. So it's a lot, but I'm grateful as well. I'm grateful. And also another thing that was just also a bonus for me in May is someone wrote me a DM whom I had edited a CV for, and said that thank you so much. Ever since you edited my CV, I've been able to secure 4 interviews. I was just like, wow. So my work really does have an impact, because sometimes when I do this, they look good and all the stuff, and I know that they're really good, but you don't know that once you've put them out there, what's going to happen. So for that person to have secured 4 interviews, I'm just like, wow, Jennifer, you're doing amazing work. And so that was also one of the highlights for me. I feel like just May was just a good month. And also, yes, it is my birthday month. I just feel like it was because of that. And I'm not saying that May didn't come with challenges. May came with its own challenges. I was tried, I was tested, and you know what? I made it through. I refuse to make the enemy happy. I refuse for the enemy to be happy. And so I'm not saying that May didn't come with its own challenges. I feel like it was just one of those months that tried me. It really tried me. It was a good month. So many good things happened, but then there were also things that just tried me. It tried me, but you know what? I made it through. I'm still standing. Let us get into the budget. So I'm not gonna go through a lot when it comes to the budget here, because there's really not much that happened, except that when it comes to my weekly allocation, besides the earnings from YouTube, which came up to be very high. Let's get into my weekly allocation. My weekly allocation, I had planned to spend 1,500 on week 1. I ended up allocating 1,700, and that is because I decided to decrease the money from the Uber. Instead of making it 500, I decided to make it 300. Instead of making the bus 500, I decided to make it 300. And so that money I was able to channel it in other places that needed it the most, and those are my weekly allocation, as well as other things as well. That is basically it when it comes to how May went for me. I will say that it was a month whereby I felt really like, I know that I've gotten a sense of financial abundance in my life, and it feels good. But I feel like May was just on another level in terms of abundance. And I feel like because May was so good, the challenges was just as, strong and just as high, but it is what it is. And also another thing that we did when it comes to the money for the bonus, there are things that I wanted to spend on. So I wanted to buy a fridge. I had budgeted 6,500, and we came right there. Because the fridge was selling for 7,000. 900, but I got it for 5,000 something. And then when you add delivery, it just came below 6,500, which was amazing. I also wanted to buy a carpet. I got a good deal online. There's a company called Crystal Carpet, and I got my rug there. I got my carpet for 1,780, which came below 2,000. I had budgeted 2,000. It came right below that, which was good. Coffee table, I had budgeted 2,000, but the coffee table that I had seen was 2,500, and I was willing to spend that much. But because of, you know, the luck that the girl has been having lately, I was able to get the coffee table exactly on 2,000 that we had budgeted. Hey guys, life. And then I also wanted to give money to my sister. Okay, not give, I wanted to budget money for her because she will be going home soon. I decided not to do that. I'm actually going to allocate that in the June budget. And then the other things as well for home I didn't do. However, I did buy myself a bottle of perfume, and yes, another discount that I got. I budgeted 2,300 for the perfume. And then I got there, I decided to buy 60 ml, which was retailing for 1,500 and something at Woolworths. And I ended up getting a 10% discount because by the time I went back to buy the perfume, that day that the discount had just kicked in. And so I saved, you guys. I saved. Like, the discounts I've been getting lately, it is insane. So that is how it went. Also, what are other things that I wanted to do? Okay, then there are other things that I just added over time, you know, like clothes, buying clothes for myself and all the stuff. Those are things that I added over time. But yeah, that is how it went when it comes to my budget, my normal salary, as well as my bonus. And now let us get into the month of June.
On my old flame, watching my page, say they miss what I gave them. I'm doing fine now, I feel amazing, I'm out of their range. Keep them guessing when they ask about us. Don't give them no time, that's how we stay up.
How we up, but you stay down. Real from the app, about to pay out. Spending time, wind down, what is takeout. And when I'm in them walls, you feel it in your bones. I've been on the road, this choke that I hold on your soul got me making up for days out. Got you singing tones till you laid out. It feel like what we on never fade out.
Fade out, fade out. I let it ride when I usually would've rolled out. Baby, say please and thank you, cause your lover stayed down. I leave the past in the past, that's all done now. Show a little appreciation, cause your lover stayed. You know I ain't pressed for fame. Cloud chasing, they all lames. Trust me when I say I'm still the same. They gon' understand it one day, yeah, yeah. Told him that I give him life, he said, right. Now we can leave from my...
So the month of June, I love my setup this month. I feel like I love it when my setup is minimal, where there's no color. So let's get into June and let's get into the goals of June. When it comes to my financial goals, I want to save a minimum of 8,000. Now I'm saying a minimum of 8,000 because I do not know how much I'm going to get paid for YouTube, because just like the growth has went down, as well as the earnings have went down. And the reason why is because that wave of a video that was trending, it has, you know, died down, and so as a result the earnings are not going to be the same. Currently I'm sitting on 3,000 earnings in terms of my YouTube studios. I really haven't went in, like dived deep in. But normally after you just gotten paid, that really doesn't count. It's just an accumulation for the entire month. So roughly I am hoping that I get paid 3,000 on YouTube. So that's why I'm putting it on 8,000. But if it's a good month, chances are we will go all the way to 9,000. I also want to save a minimum of 500 rands. By the way, I'm looking down here. I want to save a minimum of 500 rands on easy equities, and I want to save a minimum of 3,000 in June for the building fund. In May, we were able to save 3,500 for this. So I want to save 3,000 in the month of June. And then when it comes to my personal goals, I'm really not gonna put a lot in this, guys, because because I just feel like, you know what, at this point I am just going with the flow in terms of taking it day by day. I am not going to overstress myself, overcommit myself, and overplan when it comes to my personal goals, because I've realized that a lot of things when it comes to personal things, are not a priority for me. Doing facial is not a priority for me. I tend to focus on things that are more urgent and more important, that I feel like will also make a huge difference in my life. So right now, going for things like massages and whatever, it's not a very important. And I feel like emotionally I am much better than where I was beginning of the year. So the only thing that I know that needs to remain consistent when it comes to my personal goals is me moving my body. So that is the only goal I'm going to have on personal goals, because that is one thing that just needs to be there. Anything else can fall on the wayside, if I'm just being honest with you guys. So I'm planning to move my body at least 3 times a week. That means that I need to do home workouts, and I use MedFit. I love her. I love how impactful her workouts are on my body. Every time when I do her workouts, I feel it. And then let's go into my social media goals. I want to reach 13,000 subscribers. Now I'm being very conservative here because I saw how May went, that the wave of growth has just been normal. I want to reach a mark of 13,000 subscribers, which means that it will be 1,000 subscribers in the month of June. So that is my goal, and I also want to hit 4K earnings in the month of June. I don't know if this is going to be possible, but I would love for us to come at least close to over 3.5 in the month of June. We'll see how that goes, because even though now that I've bought a camera and I'm okay with the gear that I have, I don't have things that I need to save up for when it comes to like YouTube. However, I do want to invest in a new phone, and I'm not gonna save for a new phone for what, over 18 months, just trying to save for a new phone when Apple, they're always producing new phones every year, such that while you are saving, by the time you get the money, it might not even be enough for the phone. It might be enough for the phone, but then there are maybe 3 more phones that are out there that are more advanced. So my point of the matter is, I am thinking of getting myself a new phone, which will be paid by YouTube, not by my salary. So I want to use the money that I get paid in YouTube to pay for the new phone. And so if my earnings can be over 3,000 per month, it makes it perfect, because it is just a matter of 1,000 that will go towards a phone, or less than that will go towards the phone. The rest I'm going to be saving. And eventually, if it gets to a point whereby it's a lot, I can just go and pay it off. But I do think that there's a high chance that I will be getting a new phone, and for me to get the new phone, it means that I'm going to have to get into debt. But I'm content about it, because I know I'm not going to be paying for it from my salary. YouTube is going to be paying for it, because it's going to be the phone that I'm going to be using for creating content, especially Instagram content. So I'm still thinking about that. One thing I've realized about me is that getting into debt right now is something that it's something that I'm very conscious about, and I overthink it a lot. I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks now. I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks, and I haven't decided as yet. It's something that I have at the back of my mind. But I wanted to get my camera first, get a feel of it, use it for like 3 weeks, and see if I'm content enough with, if I can create other types of content with it without feeling like I need a phone. Then I will continue with that. But at the same time, this phone is outdated. My partner laughs at me for the fact that it still has this button right here. Let me just do that. So it still has this button right here at the bottom. Now, if you see any iPhone that still has the button right there, you must know that it's an old model. So he laughs at me, but it is what it is. So I will see if I'm going to get a new phone. I will share that with you guys. If I do get a phone, I will share that with you guys. So that is it when it comes to my social media goals. And then when it comes to my career goals, I want to book at least 5 CV editing gigs. And I'm keeping it at 5 because I feel like 5 is normal for me. It's not like the money that I make for this CV editing, guys. It's money that I use actually I don't use. Like right now, I have all of the money that I've made from CV gigs just sitting in my FNB account. So I need to create a plan for that money, that what am I going to use, what am I going to do with it. So maybe I can just put that money into easy equities and create, like, choose a different bracket that I'm gonna put it in, so that I can see over time how much I'm making and how that money is making more money for me. So maybe that's going to be my plan. Another goal is I want to work on pricing my CV editing services, because currently I have a standard price which is 130. However, I've realized that when I'm editing people's CVs are not the same. Another person's CV just needs, you know, basic work, and then another person's CV needs a lot of work, to a point whereby I actively have to do research in order for me to beef up their CV and make sure that it is something that can stand out. What I'll do is I'm going to create two pricings, né? The one pricing will be on basic and the other one will be on advanced. The basic one is for someone that already has their CV in terms of content. They have the content, but it's just a matter of restructuring it and just making sure that the wording is fine. That will be the basic package. That will be the basic one. And then I'm going to have the advanced one. The advanced one is going to be the one whereby someone comes to me with a CV that needs a lot of work. So if I see that the CV needs a lot of work, I'm just going to tell them, okay, that the price for this one is going to be this much, so that as I'm busy doing my research on this particular CV, I know that I'm compensated well, because I feel like the price that I have right now is just unfair, both on me and the person who's on the other side sending me their CV, because there are people who have like good CVs that they've worked on in terms of building up. It's just them asking another eye to look at it and just help them to refine it. That has to be its own price. And then there are people who are really struggling with their CVs, that they need a lot of work. So in that case, I feel like that is where I should charge more, and then charge a basic price. So I'm going to work out the pricing, and I need to work on my imposter syndrome when it comes to this, because I do feel like sometimes I'm very scared to price things, and so I feel like I price them wrong. And that is why I've decided that I need to change my pricing, because if I continue like this, I'm going to end up stopping this service, this CV editing service, just because I feel like it's a lot. But it's a lot because I didn't price my services properly. So what I'm saying here is I just need to also work on my imposter syndrome, to be comfortable with the prices and communicate why are the prices that way, what you get for the price. So that is going to be my goal in the month of June. So that is it when it comes to my goals. Now let us get into the budget for June.
You know I ain't chasing fame. You caught the vibe that I'm sending your way. You see that I'm still the same. Real one, I'ma never change my way. As long as I'm hitting it right and treating you right. You never leaving my side, you here for the ride.
Only for love, why your exes can't get enough. They trying in line, they down on their luck. Keep them guessing when they ask about us. Don't pay them no mind, that's how we stay up. DM.
When it comes to the budget for June, there's really not much of a difference from what it looked like in the month of May, except that the YouTube earnings, I'm budgeting that I'm hopefully gonna get 3,000. If we get more, great. If we get less, that's not going to be nice. And then I'm planning to save, if we get paid at least 3,000, I'm planning to save at least 2,000. So let's say, for instance, we get paid 2,800, because I don't know, like YouTube guys, I don't know. And so even if I get paid 2,800, I feel like 2,000 is a normal, it's a comfortable goal for me to set in terms of saving. Now, this is money. Before, what I was putting here in terms of saving, I had a goal that, okay, I want to buy a camera. But now that we have secured that part, I'm just going to be saving this money, you guys. All the money that I'm just going to be making from YouTube. Some will pay for the expenses for the running the channel, and then the rest was going to go towards savings. And if I decide to buy a phone, then some of that is going to go towards paying the phone, and then the rest will continue saving. I really believe in saving, you guys. I believe that when you decide to add an additional stream of income, it should not actively deal with your expenses. Portion of it should deal with your expenses, portion of it should be saved, so that you see the value of that additional income. And then when it comes to my YouTube cost, those are basic, they didn't change. Weekly allocation also didn't change. So I'm going to maintain it as what it was last month. And then when it comes to my expenses, I put here, the first one is 1 month ahead, in brackets, water and electricity rates and levies. Now I'm going to continue budgeting for this. And the reason why is because it's money that I need to budget for the following month. So I'm not budgeting money that I need to spend in June. I'm budgeting money that I need to spend in July. And then in July, I'll budget money that I need to spend in August. That is the whole point of being 1 month ahead. And then the rest of the things are just basically normal. And then I have the thing that is different here is my sisters. So I have I've allocated money for both of them, and it's because one of my sisters is going to be her birthday in June, and then one of my sisters also is going home from school. So I just want she asked that I give her money for transport, so I've budgeted for both of them, so that when that time comes, I'm not like, what am I gonna give her for a birthday? Or when that time comes where now my sister has to leave and go home, I don't have money, and then now I'm running towards my savings. So I'm budgeting for it. So that is what my budget looks like for the month of June. And I will say that right now, when I calculated everything, I am within budget. And if everything goes well in terms of my YouTube earnings, it's even better, because then it allows us to have much more freedom in terms of our savings. But yeah, that is all when it comes to my budget as well as my goals. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. As always, please make sure that you comment down below letting me know your thoughts, especially when it comes to yours as well. Have you implemented monthly resets in terms of managing your finances? How has it been going, and how did May go for you? And so I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, because it does help with pushing my videos for more people to see. I'll see you on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.
I post a pic, they comments be tweaking, usually won't, but sometimes I read them, leave them on red. I swear I can't please them all, but when it comes